Good morning. Welcome back to our channel. Today we are planning to have a discussion on speaking subtest. Before moving further, I would like to say something to my viewers. This video is purely based or focused for the beginners. Okay. And the second thing what I would like to say to you is that actually we second language have a lot of problem with discussing or communicating in English. So what to do for that one is that first the thing that you can do is that you have to listen English a lot and then try to speak, copy the pronunciation and the style they talk. So to learn a language, the option for us is to listen it properly, then try to talk. Okay. And what the main mistake or the main concept, misconcept, not we can't say that concept, main misconcept that we have on speaking subtest is that you are the person, either you are the one who is going to be assessed and you think that you have to talk continuously for 5 minutes and you should have to convince the interlocutor that I know English better. Okay, it's not like that. It's a dialogue. That means it's a role play card. Means you have a patient in front of you. You should have to talk to him, yeah, her, whatever it is. So here, apart from trying to talk a lot, you should have to make the opponent to talk, right? It's a dialogue. Remember, once again, I'm using it's a dialogue, not a monologue. Anyway, I'm not at all going to waste your time here. So directly I'm going to the role play card. So here role play card is there. And you can see, so when we're talking about the letter writing, we are always saying that whenever you just have to go to the bottom and to find the writing task. So like that, if you want to do the role play card properly, what you have to do is that you should have to check the settings first. And here, the settings you can see it's a community health center. That means you are a nurse working in the community health center. Okay, so whenever you get a card, you first have to check the settings. Then you have to go with this explanation that the situation is given there. So what's happening with you is that a man brought his 74-year-old father, who is an Alzheimer's patient, for 4 years. He wants you to take care of him or else find out a suitable person who can look after his father when he is away for his job in other state. Okay, so you got the settings, I mean, situation here. It's so simple. There's an old father. He's an Alzheimer's patient. And the son was looking after him. And presently he got a job in another state and he's another state and he is forced to move to there. So he seeks a help from your community health center to look after his father. Okay. This is the only thing that we know about them. Reminding you should have to ask them and understand. Okay, that's what called gathering information. Okay. Before that, let's go to the task part. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4 tasks are there for you. The first one is that explain the rules and regulations of the community health center. So you have to make some rules and regulations. It's purely based on you. You can make any rules and regulations, no problem. Nobody's going to ask you that why you made such rules and regulations. Okay, so you are totally free to make your rules and regulations. And the second part is that assure him to find out someone who can do this for him as early as possible. This means that presently you can't accommodate the patient here or you don't have any staff, I mean free staff to look after this person. So you are assuring him that you will find somebody else to look after his father. Okay. The third, here you are trying to know what is your patient. That means you are asking about his daily routines. And the last and final one, this is the last one. It is like this: ask if there is any particular matter which needs to give extra attention about. So you got your card, I mean role play card, and you know what you have to do. And the next step is to plan how to do this one. Okay, so actually in examination, we are getting 3 minutes to plan all these steps. But when we are practicing, there is no need to do in 3 minutes. You make 30 minutes also no problem, but 3 hours also no problem. The problem is that, I mean, you should have to deliver it properly in an organized way, not that it's in 6 and 7. I mean, some points are here, some points are there. It's not like that. You have to present it in an organized way. Okay, let's come back to the topic and let's check that what to do here. The first thing you understand is it's a community health center, right? Means you don't know the the patient. Okay, you are seeing him first of all. Okay, so what to do? So as soon as you saw the patient, you have to wish him definitely. It's a good morning, a good afternoon, whatever the time. According to that, you have to wish him, and definitely he will wish back you. That means you have to wait for the response. You have to wait a bit for the response, and after that, you have to say to the patient, "Please take your seat." That means we are offering a seat. Okay. Then next, what is the next? So simple. First, you have to introduce yourself. And example, you will say like this: "My name is Sarah, one of the registered nurses working in this clinic." Right. And next part is that actually we don't know the name of the patient, so we have to ask the name of the patient. Normally, what we use is that, "Can I know your name?" or "Can you please tell me your name?" Or you will say that for the documentation purpose, "Can you please tell your name?" This is all right. And if you want to be more like first language, it's like this. You can ask these questions. "Sorry, I don't know your name." Or else, "Can you please confirm your date of birth and name?" Or else, "How would you like me to address you?" This question, I'm not saying that exactly you have to follow this one. You can follow, or you can go with your own sentence structure, no problem. But the main thing is that you should have to ask the name of the patient. Fine. Okay, just consider or imagine that your patient's name is Mr. Alex. Okay, now we are moving further. The next step, we should have to know that why this patient came here, right? For that, we have to ask questions. So you can ask like this: "Mr. Alex, how can I help you?" Or else, "Mr. Alex, what brings you here today?" Okay, definitely he will give an answer for that one, and hear the answer properly. What's the mistake that we used to make is that we have our cue card along with you, role play card along with you, and you know the task, and you are eagerly waiting to finish your task. It's not like that. You have to hear the complaints, concerns properly. According to that only you have to react. Hope you understood. Okay, anyway, you heard the problem and you know the problem. We already read. He is moving to another state and there is nobody else to look after his father. Okay, and here, before going to the task, you can do one thing to make it more natural. You can first congratulate Alex for the new job, like this: "Congratulations for your new job, Mr. Alex." And you know, he is so concerned about his father, and we should have to appreciate that. Here we can say, "One thing I would like to say, Mr. Alex, your dad is so lucky to have a son like you." It's an appreciation. So by saying this, you are making a bond with your patient. That means the conversation will be easy further. Okay. And if you didn't say also, no problem, but we might have to make it more natural, more realistic. So we are using these types of phrases. Okay. Come back. So before going to the task, I would like to say one thing to you, that I would like to say one thing. Here our first task is to explain the rules and regulations of the community health center. And the second task, assure him to find someone who can do this for him as early as possible. So what I would like to suggest you here is you should have to start with the second one, because actually you don't have a staff to provide for him. So before going to the rules and regulations, you should have to indicate that to them, right? So we are starting with the second task, and the second task should have to start with an apology, because you are not at all able to help that person right now, but you will help. So you can say like this: "Mr. Alex, I'm really sorry to say that currently we can't accommodate a new patient as our occupancy met its limit, but don't worry, I can arrange a staff within a week." So you said the fact with an apology, and you gave an assurance that, "Okay, no worries, I will arrange a staff for you." So definitely the patient, your bystander will be happy with that one. And Second thing, you will explain the rules and regulations. These rules and regulations, I already told you that it's purely upon you. You can make your own rules and regulations. For example, like that, you can talk about the working hours of your staff. You can talk about the salary of them, what the facilities you have to provide for them, what transportation facilities you have to provide for them. These things you can say it as a rule. Got it? Fine. So you finish task number one and task number two. In between, after explaining all the things, you should have to ask the patient that, are you following me? Hope you understood, like that, because we have to make sure that whatever the things you are trying to convince them, they are getting it. Okay, that things you have to do. And coming back to exercise number, no, not exercise number three, task number three. Here, you have to care about the daily routine. So there are two ways are there to know that one. At least, I mean, in one way is that you can start like this. Okay, can you please explain your dad's daily routine? So he will say all the routines together. This is one method. The second thing is that you can say to him that I just want to know the daily routines of your father, or I would like to know more about your father. So may I ask you some questions, please? Okay, then he will say yes. Then you can ask one by one. I think that will be more suitable because you are asking the question, he will give a reply to you, and like that, it will be like a conversation. So you just ask, like, you have to know about the sleeping pattern of him. You have to know that what hobbies do he likes to watch movies, yeah, read books, or you can ask like this. His food preference, what medicines he is taking, these things you can ask one by one. For each and everything, he will answer to you, and when you are hearing the answer, you have to appreciate him for for giving answers of your questions. So it will be more realistic. Okay. Now the task number four, it is like this. You have to ask the patient that do ask if there is any particular matter which needs to give extra attention about. That means, do you have to consider some special things about this patient or not? That you can ask. That means, do this patient skip medicines? Yeah. Do he need any assistance? Toilet assistance and anything they can make what extra I have to do for you. These things you can ask to him. Okay, anyway, he will answer for these questions and you can appreciate him for sharing the information. And last, you can ask him, Mr. Alex, do you like to share anything more with me? Or you can simply say that, uh, I hope I cleared all your doubts. Or you can ask, Mr. Alex, do you have any other concern to share with me? If he says no, then the part comes for the closure. In closure, it differ according to the settings. Okay, so here what we can say is that you have to encourage him and that there is no need to worry. I will arrange a person for you. Okay, like that. And you have to wish a bright future and a good day to them. So if you need more clarifications, you can do like this. Mr. Alex, once again, I would like to assure you that I will arrange a person to look after your father. Please feel free and concentrate on your new job and travel arrangements. Have a nice day. Yeah, have a good day. Simple, right? Now, I feel that I cleared your doubts. If you have more concerns, you please comment below. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe it. Thank you.